Now each individually he is going to describe. Shamastavat Shravanadi Vyatirikta Vishayebhyo Manasaha Nigraha. Shama means, that will be the 19th sutra. Shama means Shamastavat, whereas, Tavat means whereas the Shama means, because he is telling in the last sutra, Shamadama, there Shama means Shravanadi Vyatirikta. Shravanadi Vyatirikta, other than Shravanadi. Shravanadi means what? Shravana means hearing. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is the main. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is the main spiritual practice in the Advaitic path. In each path, they have the now Patanjali, Ashtanga Yoga, Buddhism, 8 disciplines the sadhaka has to follow. Bhakti path, they have their puja, japa, dhyana, 9 types of bhakti, all the like that. In Advaita, what is the path? Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Hearing, Shravana, going on, cogitating on it. How is it possible? What does it mean? Going on, trying to open it, the secret in it, trying to enter the depths of it and find out what does it mean. Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana. Slowly entering into the flow, constant, as if my whole being is dissolving in that and going to find the identity with the reality. It is something like samadhi of the other disciplines, other schools of Vedanta. Now, here, Shravanadi Vyatirikta, other than Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, the path with which you go, Atirikta Vishayebhya, from the other things, other than Shravana, Manana, whenever mind goes, it is withdrawn. Nigraha, Manasaha Nigraha, the withdrawal, the control, the restraint that we exercise on the mind, not to go into anything else other than the Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. In Bhakti school, we put the special emphasis on the fact that constant remembrance, feeling the living presence of God at all times, smarana should not break. Like that. Here also, they have their discipline. The mind should not be allowed to wander in anything other than hearing about God, going on thinking, cogitating on God and trying to establish relationship with it and enter into the reality, direct experience of the reality. This is Shravanadi. How to withdraw this mind? The mind is, as the Arjuna says, it is impossible to control a mind. What yoga you are telling? I don't think it is possible, because mind is uncontrollable. We cannot control the mind. Anichannapi varshneya baladiva niyojitaha. Anichannapi. We don't desire, still the mind is dragged, it is driven. Urges drive that to the objects of senses. And what yoga you are preaching, I don't think it will be possible for us to enter into. This is the state of mind. Krishna says, yes, my child. What you say is true. Absolutely true. You can have control over it by two means. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grahyate. You can acquire control over that through abhyasa, repeated practice, to keep the mind on God, to keep the mind on God, to keep the mind. Various ways of self-suggestions, various ways of convincing one's own mind, so that the somehow to convince the mind and abhyasa to remain at the feet of God. Give them the repeatedly teach the mind the profits it's going to get, the prayojana it's going, eternal joy, eternal freedom, eternal bliss infinite. When you go on telling, you imagine that state of Jivan Mukta Avastha. You have crossed over the entire nature. Nature remains just like a slave for you. You are not bound by anything. Nothing binds you, nothing attracts you. There is no more suffering. You become totally independent from this body. Why not you seek this? Why you want the things of the world? Why you want to hold it? Repeatedly. This vivechanam, strength, resist all temptations, all attractions, to laugh at the all attractions. Thakur used to say, Sri Ramakrishna used to say, Maya cannot enter or go closer to Naren. She has to stay at least 8 cubits away from Naren. It cannot approach. Such is his awareness, such is his understanding. He is the fire of knowledge. She cannot approach. So, this knowledge, this viveka, if you are endowed with viveka, if you are endowed with the jnana, not the ultimate jnana, but jnana sufficient to understand the impermanency of the world and eternal joy that you are going to get after attaining. If you have this jnana, it is sufficient. Where there is jnana, there is no moha, there is no shoka. So, this moha can be avoided. Moha is thinking of a thing which is not mine as mine. Not mine as mine. Child, I give birth and claim it to be mine forever. No, it is nature's product. Nature made me to give birth. I have no right to say, I have a right to give birth, but I cannot have a right to claim that it is mine. It is nature's. It is God's. If I say, if I think that it is mine, it must obey my commands, it must be under my control, it's mistaken. It's moha. Nothing belongs to us in this world. This is the jnana. Everything belongs to God. It will be here, including the body that we are living in. We have to live and go. So this kind of understanding, repeated understanding, this is abhyasa. Abhyasa of withdrawing the mind in various ways, convincing it with the definite, clear understanding. There is in Marathi, Manache Shlok, beautifully takes Samrita Ramdas in that. It is Bhartrari's Vairagya Shataka. How they clearly bring out the realities of life. Why are you running after this? What are the consequences the people experienced, you see? So these will give us lot of strength to the mind to just dhikara for the enjoyments of the world, whatever it can attract. He can constantly remain on the spiritual platform and do his sadhana. To do the sadhana, first thing we have to acquire is sadhakatva. He is describing is sadhakatva. Become a sadhaka. Become a sadhaka. What is to become sadhaka? Is to get endowed with these qualities. So we need so many things to control our mind. Mind is like a spoiled child. How you overcome him, how you convince him, how you lead him, how you cajole him, how you make him sit for studies and seek his own welfare. Like that, you have to teach the mind. Mind is terrible. So, how to cultivate that vairagya? Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihate. Patanjali Yoga Sutra also. Patanjali also says the same thing. Abhyasa vairagya abhyam tan nirodha. How to acquire that nirodha? To keep the mind fixed without wavering. Nirvata. The Deepashika Iva. How the Deepashika exists when there is no air movement, there is no breeze. It looks like a painted lamp. Like that, mind should stand still. That is practice. Abhyasa. Vairagya. Vairagya is not rejecting the world. If we reject the world, or if I have asakti, attraction, attachment for the world, there is neither attachment nor refusal, rejection. I don't say I don't want the world. I don't neither say I want the world. It is there for itself. Now a cow is walking in the street. The moment it sees green grass, it will run. There is asakti, attachment, attraction, pull is there. But if it sees a stone, even a golden plate in its path, it has vairagya towards it. It doesn't want that it should not be there. It should be there. I want it. No feelings regarding that. Nor it rejects, nor it is attracted by it. There is neither asakti nor nirasakti. Nor the dvesha, raga dvesha, rahita bhava. There is neither attraction. This neutral state, suppose I say I don't want this world, I will go away from this world, I renounce this world, then it is not vairagya. It is the negative of attraction. Rejection, if you push the world away, it is going to be there in the consciousness. It is going to enter deeper into the consciousness. Because I don't want. How much you insist, that much you are contemplating on it. It is there. I am unconcerned. Being indifferent to all this is vairagya. So, when mind doesn't go to it naturally, just like a child, when it is a child, it plays with a doll. Doll is its life. It takes it, gives bath, it feeds it, so many things it does. It is as if having a life. The child is seeing life in that. And anybody touches its doll, it scream and weep and make the heaven and hell together. They will combine. You cannot imagine how much it weeps if you take away its doll. Same child, if it is grown up, it doesn't want that doll anymore. Even if you give, it is not interested in it. A college boy or a working person in his 30s or 40s, if he finds a doll, he will never run after it, nor finds any joy. Nobody is there, he is alone. Still, he will not play with the doll because he has overgrown it. He doesn't reject it, he doesn't throw it away, nor he is going to embrace it and hold it to himself. No. He is indifferent to it. This is vairagya. In childhood there was asakti, and when the child is growing, when it saw another higher things, there was rejection. Now there is neither rejection nor attraction. It is there, it is there. I have different things to think. I have different things to attain. I have different things to dedicate. Why should I play with this world? So this attitude that develops in man naturally, and the efforts to keep that, naturally it must flow towards God. Naturally it must be thinking of the divine. Naturally it must be in elevated states, free from all enjoyments of life. The temporary enjoyments, the enjoyments like Bhagavat Bhakti, company of devotees who are really loving God and who don't speak anything about the world but are busy in singing the names of glories of God, who have dedicated their body and mind to God. Such company of such devotees, these enjoyments, singing the glories of God, dancing in ecstasy, these joys, higher joys, the spiritual joys, he doesn't reject. The worldly, temporary joys which is going to cause his downfall, which is going to bind him, which is going to destroy him, is alone rejected. So this practice, the Shama, is control of mind, not allowing the mind to go outside the limits of sadhana. It is made to day and night think of the Brahman, think of the Brahman, think of God, think of God. Get the joy and company of God, derive, go closer, closer, closer. Not to bring anything of the world. In our normal life, nothing can be avoided, especially those who are living in the world. Even in the monastery, there are other duties, works, responsibilities. They have to go for collection. There is no earning, but some other kind of earning, some other kind of responsibilities. Swamiji has introduced one more, that is the work aspect, which is essential for the spiritual evolution in the modern times. And then all this come together. You cannot avoid work. You cannot avoid contact with the world. How to remain uninvolved, unstained in this world and do the sadhana. You should not Forget God during work, and work should not come to your mind when you are sitting for dhyana. This practice will make your heart purified. If there is any attachment or repulsion in the world, then it will definitely come during meditation. During spiritual practices like puja, japa, dhyana, any other type of spiritual disciplines when you are doing, if the thought of world is disturbing you, know that you have raga dvesha towards the world. Abate it through intense prayers, viveka, through studies, through tapas. Try to overcome all those things. So, this is how we train our mind. This is the definite formula by which how much I have to struggle more. That is, when you are sitting doing your spiritual practices, whether it is japa, puja, dhyana, or whatever it is, including the activities of service, you should not forget God. This is one important formula. And then, when you sit for meditation, nothing of this must come. During activities, you should not forget God. During sadhana, the world should not, worldly thoughts of the world, other than God, other than sadhana path, should not come. This is through some means you have to reduce the raga dvesha to the minimum that is necessary to keep the world, the ball rolling. So this is shama. Shama is the control of the shamastavat shravanadi vyatirikta vishayebhyo manaso nigraha. So this is the 19th sutra over. Today we did the 2 sutras, and tomorrow again we shall continue with the text. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.